Hello, welcome to CipherMarket. So CipherMarket is a private, confidential prediction market built on Phenix. So using the power of FHE, fully homomorphic encryption to secure markets. So you're able to place your bets without revealing, sensitive information about your bets. So you can bet in privacy. So the way it works is I can just like come to markets over here and I can create any market I want to. So currently, we support two types of currencies because now I'm on Arbitrum Sepolia, and then you can either place a bet or create a market that uses USDC or that uses Sepolia ETH. So to create, I can see examples of markets that have been created so far. So you can create binary market, ones that just have yes or no. You can create, you know, categorical market that has up to about 8 outcomes. This has 4 outcomes, 3 outcomes, and then you can see all of the details. I can go into, let's say, this market now and then see the details. I can decide to select which of them and then place a bet, but I think this is already expired. This trading has closed and is waiting to propose an outcome. So there's an interesting thing about proposing an outcome here is that before you can propose an outcome, you have to be an oracle. And to be an oracle, you come here to, let's go to the oracle page, and you can see currently I'm an oracle, so I can propose. I can just like select the markets, and then choose what I want to propose and then propose it here. So these are the proposals I've made so far, and I can review them and all that. So to be an oracle, you have to stake a minimum of 1 ETH. So because I've staked a minimum of 1 ETH, I can propose to be, I can propose um any oracle. So if I go ahead and propose an outcome for this is what happens. Let's say I'm proposing that Snapchat wins. I'm going to confirm that, and once I confirm that, I can go and review it. So if I come back here, I can see that proposal has been made. And so one thing that happens interestingly in this wave is I decided to make use of Prevara escrow, and because I'm still testing the waters, I decided to just use it for dispute bonds. So the way this works is whenever you make a proposal, there is a timeline. So currently the timeline is like a day. So by this time tomorrow, it will be resolved. If nobody disputes this proposal I just made, which is like Snapchat, so nobody disputes it, by this time tomorrow, the market resolves with Snapchat as the winner. But if somebody decides to open a dispute, now what happens is we are going to go into a dispute resolution phase whereby we will now need different people to come and vote, and then so we go into a quorum resolution phase, and I'm going to show that shortly. So currently what I'm using Prevara here to do is to act as an escrow bond. So because for you to dispute as well, you also have to like add a bond or deposit something. So the way that would work now is I'm going to say, oh, I think I had some bets. Let me see the position I have here. So if I want to review my values, I can see. Oh, I actually bet on TikTok, so I have shares with TikTok. So I'm going to be biased and say, oh, TikTok is, I'm going to put my money where my mouth is. So I'm going to choose TikTok, and I'm going to stake, depending on the, maybe IS stake and all of that. So there's a way we measure it. So I'm going to open a dispute with 0.1 USDC. And now I'm opening this dispute with Prevara. You could do direct custody, which is the normal way, but then I'm testing out Prevara and then I did this. So I'm going to open a dispute with this, and I can see that my dispute is opening. I'm going to approve first because I'm using USDC here. Oh, I think I've been rate limited. I'm going to like check that later. So that happens. And if I come back to Oracle, so for example, I can decide to just go into, let's say, this one that I've already proposed for, and I can see that this is I'm going to renew today. I would have loved to show it in a few hours time. So now I can see that here we have a vote here which holds 188 weight. So if you have multiple votes, so currently this is the winner and this person proposed base, so by the time this ends, obviously this would be the winner. So this is still disabled until the window has passed. Yeah, so I'm just going to go ahead and show my portfolio. Yeah, I'm going to show my markets. So at first it's decrypted and it's encrypted, and I'm going to like review my portfolio. And yeah, ideally the first time you do this, you're going to have to like sign a transaction to encrypt it and to decrypt the trader. And I can see all of my open positions, which is active, which one has resolution open, and I can see how they are shared into it and my portfolio value. So I can ID back, and then I'm going to come to create market. So I want to just show the create market structure. You can decide to create a binary market, which is yes or no. You can decide to create a categorical map, which is like multiple outcomes. So I'm going to say, let's say, will Apple release a foldable phone this year? And I'm just going to say for a description, this market resolves if and I'm going to put the category tech and then yes or no. If I had chosen categorical, I would be able to add more outcomes and then rename it however I want, but I'm going to choose binary, which is just a yes or no, and then go ahead and proceed. So I'm going to choose, let's say, by the end of this year, December 31st, and let's say 23:59. And what's going to be let me just put Apple websites. And I'm going to create this in USDC. And so there's a C liquidity that you just like put there first, although afterwards the public can also come to like add liquidity here and there. So because it's a binary outcome, I have a minimum of 2 USDC to use as liquidity, but yeah, I'm just going to use, let me use 3, and I'm going to create the markets in USDC now. So I'm going to publish the market now. And here I've successfully created the market, and I can launch the application. So this is the market I just created. Will Apple release a foldable phone this year, which has been seeded with 3 years the same? And currently my position is still 0 because I have not done anything. So I can decide to add more liquidity or remove liquidity. So anybody can add liquidity and remove liquidity, but once the market ends, you have to wait until it's resolved before you can remove the liquidity. So, and I'm going to just like say no and then buy some shares. So I'm going to buy shares of, let's say, 1 USDC as well. So I'm going to do this, and I'm going to approve again, and yeah, so I've successfully bought shares. Yeah, purchased shares, and I can see that. So now the price, obviously the more people buy into an outcome, the more expensive the shares of the outcome become. So, and this is how FPMM works. This is the model we're using is fixed product market mechanism. So after it's the market expires, then you're able to like sell your shares for exactly that price, for where one share is exactly 1 USDC, the exact way FPNM works. So